I'll tell you that. I got it back on. I got it all back on. Get out of here. Shoot. Give me a second. I'm trying to connect so I can see you guys. Here I am. I hope. Good morning, everybody. This is Jamaica, or good afternoon, I should say. This is Jamaica with Jamaica Life. I'm out here in Central Texas, and when it rains out here, first of all the plants take off. All the healthy plants take off. But if you have some plants that are struggling, some of them won't make it. Some of them get waterlogged, and you just have to keep on going. You have to keep on planting your stuff and trying to keep the healthy ones alive. And by doing that, we have to upplant some of the things. The first thing we're going to plant today is a plant that my neighbor gave me. She propagated some grapes, and I left it in the ground. Look at that in the bottom. If you have a potted plant and you sit it on the ground with nothing under it, that plant, tree, shrub will grow roots and plant itself into the ground. I had a time getting this thing up this morning, kind of like I had a time getting on the internet. So I'm gonna move you guys back. I have this and I have a couple of other things to do. The yard is a little bit of a mess, but the garden is not gonna always be beautiful. I have things that I have to trash, like those blankets. I need to trash those. I had a garden in here. There's a couple of things that passed away over here under the tree. I'm just gonna replant what I can, and who is that? I'm gonna just replant what I can, and reuse the soil of the stuff that didn't make it. Here, the cicadas. Yeah, they've been eating stuff too. My Mustang 22, how are you doing? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to augment this soil. So move you back. The garden zebra, you were here earlier. I saw you. I saw your profile, but I couldn't see your name because I don't have my glasses on. So I'll move you guys back a little bit so you can see the bucket, right? And if I get up and start screaming, y'all know I saw this tree chair is planting itself too. Yeah, I saw a bug. And if it gets on me, I'ma be freaking out. I'm a gardener, but I don't like bugs. So I'm gonna take the grapevine and I'm gonna put it on the ground because I need to take some of the soil out. And then I have my fertilizer right here that we're gonna use some of it. So I'm just digging a hole in this thing, right? There was a plant in here. I'm not sure what it was, but it's gone now. So, and there's worms in here and everything. Wow. Now that's the kind of bug that I'm not scared of. If you leave your soil outside and you have holes in the bottom of your plant, worms will find their way in there, especially if you have something decomposing in there. A lot of times when I plant any remains of an animal that I've processed, which I did. I think that was a video before this one. Or if I have some eggs that have gone bad and I can't use them. And there's a cockroach in here. Now, those I don't like. I'm trying to chop it up. So if and a worm, I didn't mean to hurt him. If I find something, what was I saying before that cockroach scared me? If I have something like eggs or I have some meat, I make sure that I put the fish or the meat that I bury it in that, put soil on top of it, and then I plant the plant. I don't just put the plant on top of that stuff because that deterioration will bring it brings bugs. It brings good and bad. Let me put it that way. And sometimes if you don't bury it, another thing, if you don't bury it deep enough, you'll get rodents or something digging it up. I have had my dogs dig stuff up. So there's that. So we have a root in here I got to get up. And there's worms in here. I want those. So I'm going to try to get as much off of this root as possible. And when I dig stuff up like this, I don't just get rid of it. I throw it in the yard. It'll decompose. All of this stuff is stuff that can be reused. All of it. Even the cockroaches are doing their job. They break down stuff too. I just don't like them. I don't like them. This thing is full of worms, man. I'm going to show you. I'm going to bring it close. I'm hitting worm after worm after worm. And I'm hitting cockroaches too. They trying to run over here. As long as they don't get on me, I'm good. But look. See that? That's a worm. And that's a worm. If I find a worm that I can't, like in my yard or something, I go ahead and I put it in one of my potted plants. Like this, see? And I bury them there. There's more worms in here. I'm not too worried about it. So, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to get something for my roots. Bone meal. The white stuff. I'm going to put that in there, right? Just about 2 tablespoons. Then I have some organic. What kind of fertilizer? What's the thing on this? It doesn't matter to me. Oh, this is blood meal. I'm going to put that in there. That's for the leaves. That's nitrogen for the leaves, right? Put that in there. I like using the natural stuff because I don't have to worry too much about it destroying my roots. So I'm just going to mix that in. Right? Just like that. Mixing it into the soil. Still going to take some soil out of here though. I still got too much. Another thing with this plant, I didn't have enough soil in here. Worm is like, what the heck is going on? Just laying there. It's like, what? I give up. If you want me, you got me. I'm going to have to learn how to make a worm, use some decomposing material and make a pot for worms, just for worms, so I can have my own. If you have those and you have them working on your side, man, things get a lot easier in the garden. Worms are a sign of healthy soil. So I took all of that stuff out, right? Bring you closer so you can see what's going on inside this pot. You may see a cockroach, and if you see one get next to me, you're going to see me jump up and run. And then I'm going to try to get rid of it. So come over here. Normally, I don't like when I have to move stuff on camera because, you know, it's not that professional. So you see, I just made a hole right here, right? I'm being careful because I saw some cockroaches in here, right? You see I made a hole here? I'm going to put a little bit more fertilizer in here because this thing is going to be in here for life. So that's bone meal, right? And this is blood meal. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it in. Right? Natural stuff, you don't have to worry about it burning your roots as much, if at all. Okay, so we got that stuff in, right? Let's go over here. We can see, kind of see me and see the thing. Okay. Y'all bear with me. I'm live, right? Okay. So here is the planty poo, right? With all of its roots. There's a grub in here. Now this is a bad bug right here. See those? I don't like grubs. So I need to make enough room to get this plant in here. So what I do is I turn it upside down, right? I don't want to lose any more root, right? And I got it and all of its roots there. See that? Move y'all back a little bit more. And she propagated this. This was just a little itty bitty thing. There's about 5 or 6 of them in there. She might have got a little bit mad at me because I was like, I'm just gonna take the whole pot. And the reason why I did that is because sometimes things don't make it, and I was right. Some of them didn't make it. So there was that. She was like, she's just greedy. She took them all. A cockroach just popped up. It ain't on me, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so I got this in here, right? It's making a run for it. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put that back on top. Right? Cover the cockroach up. It's scared. I don't want it to get scared and jump on me. And just like that, we have our grapevine planted. This is not the only thing that I'm going to do with this grapevine. What I'm going to do is the same thing I did on that end, is I'm going to trellis it and make up an arbor or awning with it. So this thing is going to get trellised up. See how this has this little thing on it? So I have the trellis in there, but we'll do that on another setting. Now, the next, because today is just about potting. So we got our, look at that. Look at that. That is planted. I'm so happy. I've been trying to get it out of this pot for a while. Here's the pot it came from, and it's in a, I think it's a 20-gallon. And this is not a pot. This is one of them wash tubs that you get for $10 at Home Depot or at Lowe's. You don't have to spend, how much are those pots going for? $50, $60? Go ahead, go into the washing tub department of the big box store, and $10. They haven't went up yet because I guess they haven't caught on, but I think they are, because now I'm going to the store and I can't find them. So sometimes you can, sometimes they're all gone, because when people buy them, like me, we buy them 10 or 15 at a time, because we know what they're worth. And I've had some plants that have been in these tubs for years. The first person I saw do this was someone, well, I saw a couple of people on YouTube do this, so I can't say that it's just one person. Just get this, put some holes in it, and you won't have to replant this stuff. You could use this for your trees, which I have. Here's a soursop right here that I brought from inside. Man, it wasn't doing well in the house, and now it's full of leaves. Look at this. See all this? See all this foliage? And I put it in the shade. This is gonna stay in the shade also. I'm gonna look at that. This joker was just too big to be in that pot. Look at that. Look at that grapevine. Okay, so we're gonna move this out. I'm just amazed about how well it's grown. I gotta ask her, because I don't know it all, and I'm not afraid to ask somebody how to do something. I'm gonna ask her how she propagated all of those stems, because all of them took. I don't know if you just cut it at the nodes or if she put any root hormone on it. I don't know. I bet you she just cut it at the nodes, but I don't know, so I'm gonna have to ask her. Anyway. What? Hold 2 inches up on the sides. Oh yeah, some people put it. I did put it on the sides. Let me show you. I'm sorry. Thank you, David. I put some on the bottom, and I didn't do mine 2 inches up because I guess I didn't know no better. I just put them down here. Let me turn this thing around so y'all see what I did. See that? I drilled holes in the side. It's not 2 inches up, but I did not want the water to pool on my plants. And I don't know if I did it on this one, but I certainly did it on this one. The more you grow, the more you know. And we all learn from everybody. We all learn from each other. Don't think that you know it all. If there's a gardener or a master gardener or whoever who thinks they know it all, there's no way. There's too many plants out there, just like there are a bunch of people out there, and we're all kind of the same but kind of different. So are plants. It done knocked down my stuff. I told you, it rains. Man, it was bad out here. I was so happy for the rain. But man, sometimes when it rains, it's like he's mad at us or something. Because It flooded down in Bernie and in San Antonio, which is not far from where I live. So the next thing we're going to plant is this aloe vera. This looks like one aloe vera plant, but it's a million of them. So now I got to find a chair that ain't full of leaves. I told you I'd clean this place up. And I do not want to be in the sun. So I'm right here. It's getting ready to get hot out here. And there's a big difference between working in the sun versus working in the shade. I'll bring the computer over here in a minute. That's why I planted all these trees. Not just for the shade, but see that? Those are limes for the fruit. My lime tree finally recovered after it was frozen for a couple of years. When I first started this YouTube journey, y'all saw me out here cutting that joker down, cutting down the dead limbs. If you have plants with dead stems on it or dead limbs, stuff that is just gone, and I'll show you some where I cut it off. Go ahead and get that stuff off. They're not, some people say everything that's dead ain't dead. I'm not talking about cutting down the whole tree or the whole plant. But you get them dead limbs off because it only deters the plant from growing. See in here? This here, I couldn't get it out. But this is a dead limb right here. See that? And some people think that if your tree, especially your citrus fruits, if it breaks down, it goes all the way back down to the ground. So with a lot of citrus and a lot of fruit trees, they, I don't know if I can go out there. They graft onto the tree. And this one, it would pass all the way to the ground. And I was going to dig it up because I was like, it's not going to be the same fruit tree. Well, I'm glad I didn't. Because before the freeze, I'd have limes like this draping all the way across. And this went all the way back down to the ground. So don't necessarily take your stuff down when things don't go the way you want it to go, because it will recover, and a lot of them have recovered. I have peach trees that did the same thing. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna get this, because it looked like one plant. I don't know how many is here, but it's more than one. And then we're gonna put them in these pots right here. And we're going to use up all the spent soil. Spent soil is used soil that I had. And repot as much as I can with soil that I already have from stuff that passed away. I also have a bag out here. If y'all have feed bags or dog bags, use them. If you don't have to spend a lot of money on pots, you can use these things. I had a pepper plant in there last year. So I'm gonna leave you out here so y'all can see. Okay. Well, here we go. I got dirt on my feet. Forgive me, y'all. Y'all know I'm a gardener, right? People be acting like you're supposed to be all neat and clean doing this stuff. Oh. What happened? I turned me on. Let me fix this. Because it looks like one plant. I don't know how many is there, but it's more than one. Okay, let me see what's there. Taller trees create its own system and protect other trees. Yes, because I have the crepe myrtle, I have the Texas lilac over here. Man, these were all little itty bitty things when I bought them. I didn't buy no big trees. These were saplings. And crepe myrtles and Texas lilac, they grow quick. I'm fixing y'all. All right. So I'll put you right here. LGGG, love, how you doing? David Corey, taller trees create a canopy for other trees to survive. Yes, I put like that grapevine, just like my soursop is protected underneath the shade. It gets over 100 degrees out here. Might be 100 degrees today. Do not put your newly planted plants out there. You put the old ones that have survived the test of time out there, and sometimes you have to pull them back. I have a shaded area over here. We need to cement or put a pathway through there because it flooded in this yard, and it was hard for me to get to the other side. But I put it under the canopy. I love canopies because I'm in Texas. I learned my lesson about being out there in that sun. Let's see. Trinice Hill. Hi, Jamaica. I watch you all the time, but mostly on my TV, so I don't comment much. I love watching your channel. Thank you so much. Let's see. I just came from my garden harvesting what was ready. I have learned the climate out here in Cali. Oh yeah, you warm too. And I am from New Orleans. Oh, totally different climate. Yeah, you probably get more rain in New Orleans. Cleveland girl, hey, I love your channel and I live in Brooklyn. Okay, I'm a Queens girl, Jamaica Queens. Got my garden on my back porch in containers. Containers work, y'all. Initially, I was like, yeah, containers. If you have a yard, you don't have to do containers. And then I was like, if it's in the ground, it's in the ground. The only way you're going to get it to move or get it out of the sun is to dig it up. And who wants to do that? Not me. I'll put you in the sun. I hope my phone don't shut down on me. Phone is in the sun. So we're going to put some blood meal in there. 2 handfuls. And I'm going to put some bone meal for the roots and the flowers. That's what bone meal's for. That's the white stuff. And two handfuls is like 2 tablespoons. Put this back in this bag. Make sure I put it back in the greenhouse. I've been struggling with that greenhouse, y'all. It's been falling apart on me. We've been duct taping the crap out of it. I was like, I'm holding on to this joker as long as possible. I'm not going to buy another one until I have to. So I'm moving this around. I hope I don't have any worms in here that I'm crunching up. There are leaves in here, all kind of stuff. Then I got some of this. Right? Is that a worm? I got some of this. This is not potting soil. It's called garden soil. This is basically chopped up leaves. That's all it is. It's not even completely broken down. I could see the leaves in there, but it's okay. I'll just mix it in with this stuff. So here is our aloe vera. And y'all forgive me if I'm not watching the chat, okay? I'll come back to you in a minute. So aloe vera puts off pups. Most people don't know that. They think that this joker is one plant. It's not. So there's one. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4 and 5. There's 6. There's 7. There's 8. There's 9. And let me show you how it does what it does. This is how it sends off pups. Y'all see that? You see that coming off? See that side? There's a plant right here. Turn it around. See the pup? This, and this. They are all pups. These are 3 plants that's going to develop from this one stem. But we're gonna plant these all together because they're real little right now. And they probably can't make it on their own. This one fell off, so you know how I do, right? I don't let nothing go to waste. So we're gonna take a pot. Hopefully this is one pot. Feels like it's more than one. Is it? Oh well. The frugalness in me. Frugalness in me is like, oh, we need to save it if it's more than one. It's getting dark, y'all. I hope it doesn't rain. I'm taking all these plants and put them on the side. You see them sweating, right? It's hot out here. So we take some soil, right? Fill it up. Here go another little pup that done fell off. I'll put that right there until I get to it. Let it develop some roots in the shade. So I got half of it full. I'm gonna take one of these little plants, take it, hold it up where I want it. Press it down. That's one done. Get another pot. Fill it up. There's a lot of plants that do stuff like this. What did that? My celery did that. Utah celery, it did the same thing. I was shocked. Here's a big one, right? You have big ones, you gotta plant them a little bit deeper. They'll topple over on you when you put them in these little pots. Hold your plant where you want it and backfill it. Press it down because the soil will make you think that there's more soil in it than there actually is. You gotta press it down. I'm not saying to annihilate the plant by pressing it down, but press it down on its sides to make sure you got enough soil in there to hold the structure of the plant, especially with the big ones. Any of them. Let's see who's there. Denise Hill says, yes, girl, much more rain. Laugh out loud. Shoot, yeah, down in New Orleans, man. Texas just got it. We just flooded. We ain't used to, our land could not, a lot of Texas or where I am. There's one side, there's two sides of Texas. The hilly, no, there's three sides. It's the desert that can only take so much rain because it's not used to it. Then there's the clay side, which is where I am. Then there's the rock side. Man, Texas is different. It depends on where you live. We don't all, because the state is so big, you know, you got to ask people which part. And then even if they do tell you which part, you got to figure out which side of the highway they on. Like I'm on one side of the highway and my side of the highway is clay. And if you go on the other side of I-35, it's rock. And if you go to I-10, God knows what's down there. Them poor people down there, man, they still doing cleanup. Some people are Uvalde. Uvalde went underwater again. Where that little camp was, with them little kids and campers got flooded out not even a couple years ago. A year ago, it happened again out there. And I don't know if they had the opportunity to fix those sirens. What happened out there, and this is just a rumor, the people out there had a lot of money. They didn't want them ugly, big old sirens going off or disturbing their peace. And then when there was a flood, there was no sirens. So I'm not sure if they fixed it yet. It's been a year. They probably did. I pray that they did, because what I saw, people, you know, in my house, and it went off in my house saying flood, or, you know, flood watch. All right? That means an active flood out there. And then they say shelter in place, or, you know, you think shelter in place. Sometimes with a weather event, you can't shelter in place. You got to leave. And a lot of people shelter in place, and then they end up in their attic praying that they get that the water don't rise no more. So, you know, and we are not in charge. I'm gonna put that way. Just like I'm planting these plants, I'm just giving the plant the opportunity to survive. But if it ain't meant to be, it ain't gonna happen. No matter what I do, I had to learn that because sometimes you get so mad at yourself in the garden, and you be like, I planted all this stuff, and the weeds and the bugs got me. You know, you just keep on trying. That's all you can do. We just now, if you don't do anything, you're not gonna get anything. But just because you do something doesn't mean it's gonna turn out the way you want it. Things don't always. Sometimes things turn out wonderful. Sometimes things do better than you did. Example: my tomato patch that is usually abundant, right? Got attacked this year, and I went out on a whim, and I planted some pumpkin seeds that I got from a pumpkin that I got from the supermarket. Those pumpkins are doing way better than my tomato patch. My tomato patch got ate up. Pumpkins are everywhere. It's taking over my yard. So, you know, sometimes you get stuff that you don't expect, and the stuff that you do expect to do well doesn't, and the stuff that you don't does. It's like some people have their, I hate to say, some people have their favorite kid, right? And they invest all this time in these kids or this particular kids. And I'm not saying that every parent does it, but some parents do. They have a favorite kid, and they spoil that kid and make things easy for that kid, and then they have the one that they ignore, right? And they be like, you know, that's not my favorite one. They don't necessarily say it, but you can see it. I had a girlfriend who she had a girl and a boy, right? And she was spending all her money. Her and her husband was spending all their money on that girl. That girl was a terrible girl. I met the girl. And my girlfriend, all she did was talk about her daughter all the time. My daughter's going to college, and my daughter this, and my daughter. You would have never thought she had a son. So I went to visit, and she was mad because the daughter went to college and started partying and was flunking out of college. Flunking. Wasting the poor lady money. And the lady and her husband are working their butts off to put the girl through college so that she doesn't have to struggle and get a job to support herself through college. Man. So I went to visit, right? And their teenage boy, he was so cute. And he wanted to go to his little karate class. Well, they had invested all of their money in that terrible girl. Terrible girl. And he was like, Mama, we got enough money for me to go to my karate class? And she said, I'm sorry, sweetie, we don't have any money right now, right? So then the terrible daughter shows up. She looked like she was on something too. And she was like, well, honey, we done paid for you to go to summer school so that you can catch up for the classes that you messed up on. I looked at that girl and I was like, what did my mother used to say? Putting good money after bad. It means you wasting your doggone money. Wasting your money. Girl already showed you that she ain't college material, and if she is, some people don't, their brains have not, some kids and people, their brains have not developed enough for them to become responsible. Some people, in order for them to become responsible, they gotta suffer a little bit. And some people never get it. They never get it. Or they don't get the opportunity if they get stuck up on drugs or something. That girl looked like she was on something to me. And the poor kid poor boy is sitting there with his doggone karate suit on. I was so freaking livid. I wanted to give the boy money, but they would have got mad at me. That would have been out of, what do they call it, out of place. It wasn't my place to do anything. And I want to tell her so bad, don't. I said, make that doggone girl support herself through college. You think you're doing these kids a favor by giving them making it on easy street? From what I could tell, a lot of the people who were coddled and didn't have to work, I'm not saying all of them, A lot of people who were coddled and their parents protected them, and you know, I don't want them to struggle. I worked hard so my kids won't have to. Them doggone kids turn out to be disappointments. It disappoints you every time, and you don't invest it all. And then the ones, the poor, like the boy, I'm pretty sure he might be a lawyer or something presentable right now, probably trying to bail his doggone sister out right now. And you know, I could see them saying to him when he gets old, now that he's older, because he's about, this happened about 15 years ago. He's probably in his 30s now. I could see them telling that boy, we always knew you was gonna make it. That's why we let you do it. That's why that's why we were so hard on you. No, you was hard on him because you were favoring that doggone girl, who he's probably having to support now. Parents have a way, and sometimes their favorite stays their favorite, even if they turn out to be a big old failure. You know, she's the girl. She's your sister. You have to help her. Make her butt suffer. Let me see. The gardening zebra. I'm in North Georgia with the thickest clay soil. It takes a while to soak up the water. Then it takes a while for it to dry out. That's how I am. But if you have plants out there that survive the test of time, those are the strong ones, and those are the ones that are going to give you the most. It seems like when you have high expectations of these plants and the ones you just throw out there, because I just threw them plants out there. I was like, well, I got this this pumpkin I got it from the supermarket. So if it grows, it grows. If it don't, it don't. And I didn't even use all the seeds. I just put some of them out there. Man, Brian Board can't get it because it connects to the ground. Some squash or some pumpkins, they're just a vine and they only root at one point, just like some tomatoes only root at one point. And some of them, every time they touch the ground, they root again. And that's how that plant is. It's still around. It's still around. Still the one. So I have some little ones here, right? And because they're small, I think I'm gonna put, how many over here? Okay, I have this much left. I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna put it in its own pot. They're gonna grow fast. Either they're gonna grow or they not. I'm just giving it the chance. If you want to buy an aloe vera, I recommend that you only buy one, because it's a bunching plant and you're gonna get a whole bunch of them. Just like this thing right here, spider plant. You know how many spider plants I got from this? You see these? You can plant those once they get big enough. Just plant them and you get a whole bunch of spider plants. Some things you don't have to buy over and over again. Just buy one of them. This chocolate mint. I took this chocolate mint. I just cut the stems off. Let me show you what don't look at my feet, y'all. My feet are dirty now. You see that right there? Let me move you over. You see this? These are these little Dollar Tree planters, right? See that? All I did was cut these off and stick the stems in those little planters, because I couldn't get enough of those to grow in there. I don't know how y'all doing with those other ones. I ain't gonna say the name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But I hear people having trouble getting stuff to grow in them, which is why I didn't buy one. I was like, hey, I don't care who says they're a great thing. First of all, I didn't like the price. I'm a cheapskate. I said I could get the Dollar Tree planters. Right now they're $1.50 each, but back then when I bought those, they were $1. And I said, get those for $1. I'm gonna stack them up with the T-posts and Que Sera Sera. They're not as big as the tree stalk, but from what I heard from one of my one of the ladies at Azure Standards, her kids bought her one. It's a wormy poo right here. Her kids bought her one. She can't get nothing to grow in it. Just like I couldn't get nothing to grow in those until I went ahead and put the put something that is invasive like this. Mint. Don't let mint touch your ground. Matter of fact, that look like you're ready to touch the ground now. Don't let mint get in your ground. My mama let it get in her ground. And we still got mint growing in the yard. It'll take over and it's sticky. It has a bunch of sticks on it. Move it back so you can see what I'm doing. All I'm doing is taking this one and I'm gonna put it in this pot. I find a way to make things work. I don't like wasting my money. I said, well, shoot. I'm glad I didn't spend $100 or $200 on that other thing. After she told me that, I was like, what? I said, some people, either they planted something in there that grows, or they're being paid off. It's one or the other. I ain't spending the money, so I can't say if it works or not. But I know what she told me. These two fell off. You can't plant these. I have never had these work. You gotta plant the whole pup. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. There's a thing here. There's a thing in there. All right. So I'm breaking this up. This soil has been sitting in here a while. And I keep looking at it saying I'm going to do something with it. And now I'm finally doing it. I feel like it needs more fertilizer in it. I'm just putting a teaspoon in there. Mix it in. There's worms in this soil, so I know it's good soil. And I got 1, 2, 3 left. 3 little ones. So I'm going to pack this down. I'm just going to put a hole there and pinch it in. I just want to make sure it has enough soil in it. Okay. Take my finger, put a hole in it, pinch it in just like I do with a seedling. See this? Take my finger, put a hole in it, put it. These don't have any roots on it. And I'm just going to pinch it in and let it do what it wants to do. If it makes it, it doesn't. If it does, it does. There's 3 of them in here. So at least one of them will take. And just like that, y'all, we went from 1 plant to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 plants. 10 plants from that one little pot. I'll bring you close so you can see what I'm talking about. Anyone who told you that gardening is not exercise is not a gardener. They got somebody else doing it. If you don't see them breaking a sweat, unless they in Alaska or something. See that? I got 10, and they all look like they've been there before. So when you buying all these things from these people, think about that. Just like the seed thing. When you buying seeds from these seed companies, I buy seeds from seed companies, all right? But when you start harvesting your own seed, example, if I harvest seed from a pepper, I'm gonna get at least 30 seeds from that one pepper. And I saw, well, who was it? Sifting Some Soil got on her channel and she grew some peppers from they were yellow peppers. They were little, right? But I don't consider it little when they free. I get little peppers from pepper plants that I paid for seed on. That's all about fertilizer, but at least try. If you get a pepper from the supermarket, and this is not my idea, I saw a guy do it, and you take those seeds out, because first of all, the stuff that's in the supermarket is old. Them seeds will grow. I did it last year. I had so many pepper plants here that I had to let some go to the wayside. Same thing with that pumpkin plant out there. I planted the seed and it grew. Sifting Some Soil, she went and planted some yellow peppers, and those are expensive. I don't care if they big or small. And she put them on TV and said, oh, those are really small. I was like, what? What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with some people? You know, when you get so used to getting big heads of lettuce, I'm gonna get big on that in a minute, because people having diarrhea behind that lettuce, and they're saying it's in the water. When you when you get so used to having peppers that are this big, right? And then you grow your own peppers and they're smaller and you're disappointed because they don't look like the stuff that comes from the store. Well, then it's not from the store. And if you don't use a bunch of commercial fertilizer instead of the natural stuff, and sometimes the natural stuff will give you big stuff too. Sometimes, if I mean, it depends on the plant. Every plant, some people are big people, some people are small people. Depends on the plant. It depends on it depends on a lot of things: the weather, the soil, the plant, the environment in general. There's a lot of things that play into that. But if you go to the store, you go and buy some pepper seeds, you're gonna spend the minimum that I see peppers for. California Wonder bell peppers at Dollar Tree are 3 for 150, and most people don't even know about those. And some people don't trust those seeds because they were like they're too cheap. They must not work. Yeah, they work. Just like the ones in the supermarket. So if you get a pepper and you cutting it up and you cooking your dinner, you take those seeds and throw in a little pot and see if they pop up. You ain't got nothing to lose. You ain't got nothing to lose. So sister in store some two yellow bell peppers that she got from supermarket bell pepper that she bought. And them, man, first of all, it's expensive to buy bell peppers or anything from the vegetable. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. It happened to the meat first, and then it went on. I looked over and I said, vegetables are next. I gotta start. That was years ago. It was during the lockdown. I said I gotta start growing my own vegetables because if the meat could be going up like this during, it's like nearing the end of our little lockdown, big lockdown. I said, if it's happening to the meat, it's gonna move on to everything else. And sure enough, here it is. And now on top of it, we're having that problem with that bacteria. And people, I was like, what is it? I said, it's got to be from something that we are not cooking. Sure enough, they said it's from the salads. So, I'm growing lettuce in the house, right? I don't want that. And if you're elderly and some people so skinny they can't afford to have that. They can't afford to lose no more weight. And you can't even leave your house when you're in that kind of condition. They're saying it's the lettuce, and it's all over the country. And then they're saying that people thinks that they're the people who are working on the fields don't have no bathrooms. Now that ain't it. I'm gonna tell you what's happening. The United States allows us to use sewage, decomposed everything as soil. That's where it's coming from. Because the bacteria that is in that lettuce, the only way it can grow is in decomposition. So it's not fresh. It's not fresh stuff. It's stuff that is decomposed. And a natural way to fertilize is to use manure. Sewage is also considered natural. So imagine them going and we have it out here in Austin, putting it in the hill, letting it decompose, covering it up with soil and keep on turning it. Well, that bacteria grows in decomposed sewage. Our sewage, most likely. You ain't gotta believe me, look it up. So people have been using that for a long time, but you are taking a huge risk when you grow with that, because then you get exposed to any chemicals that is in the person's body, because a lot of people are on medication, just like people use urine in their yard. They use the number 2 too. They just keep on flipping it over and make a compost out of it, and then they sell it to us, or they use it on the farms. There are farms that you'll see them dumping stuff on. I mean, they dead matter, dead material. Um, Sometimes that stuff has not decomposed enough, and then it gets on. They water it, and it pops up on the lettuce, or it pops up on whatever you're doing, anything fresh. The only way that you're gonna know, or you're gonna kind of alleviate anything, because a lot of us, just like I'm using that Miracle Grow right now. I didn't do that. I don't know where that came from. I told you I saw leaves in there. A lot of us rely on commercial um, dirt farmers or commercial products to get our stuff planted. And as long as we do that, we're at their mercy. Raised beds, I mean, we're trying to grow healthy and whatnot, but there's nothing you can do about something that you bought in a bag or got scooped up out of a landscape place. You don't know where that stuff. We don't know exactly what that stuff is because you didn't do it. You're still at their mercy. I hate to say it. Just pray. Pray over your stuff, okay? And don't. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We're just stewards. Just like I planted this stuff, and I just hope that it. Look at this snail. I just hope that it takes. You're gonna have to pray over your stuff. Lettuce right now at the supermarket, ain't nobody gonna be buying. I was wondering, we didn't have no romaine the other day. Maybe that's why. Maybe it was contaminated and HEB knew about it. Who is this? Denise Hill. I haven't been able to grow lettuce outside. I'll try inside. It's too hot right now down south. If you're in the southern region, it's too hot to grow lettuce outside. It'll go straight to seed. Do it on a rack inside your house where it's cool. You'll have a better chance. And you're gonna need some lights. Um, Let me see. Crooked Peach, how you doing? Somebody said, "Oh, that's nasty." Shit, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what we eat, especially if you eat out. You'd be surprised what we've eaten. Um, Denise Hill, I haven't been able to grow my own lettuce. Bar Browning, hey David, Peach, and everybody joining this awesome live. Thank you, Denise Hill. That's why I have to pray. Too much going on. I mean, growing your own stuff helps, right? See that right there? That's my mint. I dry it out myself. I grow it myself. But the soil, that I didn't create that soil. That soil didn't even come from my dirt out here. It came from a bag. So excuse me, y'all. My allergies are acting up. So you just have to, try to keep stuff as clean as possible. Wash your stuff off. Washing that lettuce off in the sink is not going to get rid of the bacteria. Some people say, well, you need to wash your vegetables. Lettuce, you don't cook lettuce. And washing it off you still gonna get it. Whatever that stuff is. I don't know what kind of bacteria. I listen to the news occasionally because I kept on hearing people talking about the explosive diarrhea. And I was like, oh, I thought it was a norovirus. But norovirus can transfer from person to person. This dog, I'm gonna have to hurt her. She jumped on my window. Either that or a bird ran into my window. So it's her. Daisy. Oh, bop her upside her head. I tell you what, they think they're in charge. I will put her in a headlock. Don't report me to Peter, okay? Georgia Peach. Wait, David Corey. And God gave you everything you need to survive. It's all from the land. Leaves have fallen, trees break down, and soil. Go up under your tree. I've done it before. Go up under your tree, get some of that. Those leaves that fell down right next to the tree. Scrape that up and use that in your garden. If you get a rabbit like I have, go ahead and use the rabbit manure. I use that a lot for the nitrogen. I still use bag soil though, so I mean, I'm still at their mercy. I'm still not there yet. Slowly but surely, I'm trying to get things done. So we'll see. Crooked Peach, love and togetherness is the answer. We people, we have to go through to go. We have got to come together, y'all. Nobody coming to save us. We have to do it ourselves. I trust me more than I trust them. But I'm not completely separated from, because I'm still buying bag soil. And I mean, compost is compost. You buy some compost, you don't know exactly what it is. It could be sewage. David Corey, explosive diarrhea. Yeah. As I said, the doctor that I listened to, he said it was not fresh manure. It's not fresh stuff. It's the old stuff that's been sitting there and decomposing, and then they must have put it in the fields and it might have popped up. Some people think that people are going and pooping in the fields, and that might be true. But the only way this bacteria comes about is by deteriorated poop. It has to deteriorate. It needs something to grow on. David Corey. Compost all the grass cutting leaves, old green snap knot root. Is that her? I tell you what, let me get this melon water before I wring her freaking neck. You make me sick. You gotta go to the bathroom or something? This is why my door look like this. Come on. You knock down that camera, girl, me and you gonna fight. And this old fat one, she always come out. Get out of here. Get. My New York accent coming out. Get out of here. Where'd she go? There she is. See that? It's a terrible dog. She gonna end up in a pound. She keep messing with me. David Corey, ain't nobody pooping in no open front on my. I can't say it. Wait a minute. David Corey in the crop. David Corey with the crop. Ain't nobody pooping in no open in front on other. What? You gotta write that again. I might be reading it wrong. Ain't nobody pooping in no open in front on others. Shoot. You gotta go, you gotta go. Y'all shut up. That's my geese. They'll be going by Thanksgiving because I'm gonna start culling. Got the quail done the other day. Chickens are next. I downsized them. And then the geese. I only have 2 turkeys. I don't know about that. Anyway, so we got all of our stuff done. We planted a bell pepper. Y'all see my hands are dirty. My feet are dirty too. Not like my hands though. This is the hands of a gardener. And do what you got to do to make yourself as comfortable as possible, so you don't have to go to the supermarket and not only spend those pay the piper, but pay by having to, sometimes you get stuff in your system, in your body, like what was it called? My aunt had a colitis, and it never goes away. So you gotta be careful. Be careful who you eat from, because I got food poisoning a couple months ago eating out, and I said to myself, that is what you get. Cook your own doggone food, girl. You went out there and spent $30+ to get sick. I was so mad at myself. You ever fuss at yourself like that? I do it to myself especially when I get sick. And I was so sick, I didn't even put out any videos. I was laying on the couch for a couple of days. I was like, well, I needed to lose a couple of pounds. I didn't want to lose it like this. It's good weight and bad weight. And then people be looking at you be like, oh, Sempic. Because you be all sunken in. I'm looking at some people and I'm like, oh, I got some friends who's on some of that stuff. They look bad. Cook your own food. Then they go out to eat and wonder why they they got to take chemicals to lose weight. Only the reason why I'm growing is because I don't want to be on a bunch of chemicals. They try to talk to me about it. Go ahead, girl. You want to lose about 20-30 pounds real quick? I take this one and I'm not hungry at all. I don't have diabetes. And that's what that stuff is for initially. And I was like, I don't want to look like that. I don't want to look like that. And I don't want to be from what I saw, I met this guy on a cruise. He lost the weight, and as soon as he got out that joker, he bigger than he was before. You gotta stay on it. I ask my doctors that every old time. They get to be like, oh, you have allergies. Take this pill. I have bad allergies. Y'all can hear me, coughed up right now. You have bad allergies. Just go ahead and take this every day. What? I only take it when I absolutely have to. I don't want to be tied to nothing like that. No machine or no pill or nothing. My mama had to do that, and once you get on it, It's hard. My mom tried to wean herself on it. Wean herself off of it, and it didn't go well for her. It didn't go well for my cousin's girlfriend. I mean, they were sick. They got sick behind not taking that pill. Cholesterol, talking about, oh, your heart is this. You know what's made of cholesterol? I'm not a doctor, right? Your brain, your mind is cholesterol running that joker. And some people's bodies make cholesterol. So when they give you that test, you got to ask them for the real test. The real test. Some people's bodies make cholesterol. I'm not a doctor. I told the doctor, no. Well, you're going to hurt this, and they try to scare you. I told them, I said, there got to be a natural way to do it. I got to change my diet. I'm eating too much processed foods and too much bread and sugar. Sugar makes cholesterol. I was like, you ain't put me on that stuff for the rest of my life and make my body used to taking this, this stuff, putting this chemical in my body, and you can't go nowhere. Anyway, I go on and on. I don't take no drugs. I take aspirin every now and then, or if I really, really have to, I take some allergy medication or some Benadryl. But I do not take a pill every day, and I don't get on no machine every day, because once you do that, especially here in Texas, electricity went out 2-3 times the other day. People on all kind of stuff, they have these machines doing stuff for them, and I'm like, I can't live like that. That's not life at all. You can't do what you want to do. Bad enough I have these doggone animals. Come here. Bad enough I have these doggone animals keeping me locked down. Can't go nowhere. That's why I'm trying to get rid of some of them. Jay Corey said, be quiet, y'all. So y'all are going to end up in the car. Get out of here, girl. Come on. They don't like you. Get. She like, you call me over here. Crooked Peach. Let me see. Wait. David Corey said, we need cholesterol. Yeah, it's running your brain. Cholesterol repair stuff. Now, if you got too much, listen to your doctor. Don't listen to me. Listen to your doctor. But I'm doing what I want to do. And they told me that a long time ago. And my mama told me, don't get on it. Our body produces cholesterol. My mama told me that when I was a young woman. I was like, man, they was going to hook me up at like 20. I was at about 20 years old, maybe younger than that. Crooked Peach, but not from that shot. David, you not, what? Deflating, what says Shaggy? I don't know, defaming Shaggy. Crooked Peach. Donuts do not know about human biology. Yeah, I've been eating too much donuts. Crooked Peach. Sugar does not make cholesterol. That's completely... You need to look that up, Crooked Peach. Have you watched Dr. Oz and a couple of doctors? That's what's running it up. Our body creates it, and the excess is from your doggone diet. But I am not a doctor. I'm just a woman who they try to put on cholesterol medication at 20. 20 years old. Gonna put me on some doggone meds. And then my cousin talk about, she has a because you get on one, you get on a whole bunch of them, right? She said, this one is to live, this one is to live, this one is a vitamin. I was like, they ain't gonna have me hooked up. You get on one, and then then some of my friends develop diabetes behind that doggone drug, one of them. And then, you go on TV and you hear 1-800 bad drug. Diabetes. They're diabetics now. 20 years old, they try to hook me up. I ain't got diabetes. But some of my friends who was hooked up on some of them drugs got it. And that doggone... Man, I ain't gonna even get on it. I ain't getting on it because I'm not a doctor, and I can't tell people what to do with their lives. But for those of you all who want to be tied to the man for the rest of your life, you go right on ahead. And if you own it, you can't get off of it. You'll end up like my mama and like my cousin's girlfriend, in the ground. You get off that stuff without a doctor. So, Without cholesterol, you cannot produce vitamin D, and that is absolutely necessary for life. That's Crooked Peach. Grown with Hudson, those birds agree, laugh out loud, Crooked Peach. The sun hits your skin and converts cholesterol into vitamin D. Angela Calloway said, Peach, preach. David Corey said, Dr. Oz do be lying, though. Yeah, he do. But some of the stuff he's saying is right. Because then I hear from another person saying, don't do this, don't do that. Oh, this gives you this, and this gives you that. And we are all, I'm addicted to sugar. Bad. That's one of my, that and coffee, I'm too. When I got off sugar, I was on keto for a while. And no bread, no starches, no sugar. That's how you start out on keto. After you stop eating bread and sugar, when you start eating it again, bread tastes pasty and sugar burns your tongue. It don't taste the same. So, can't be good for you. But we addicted to it. Let me see. Rob in the garden, how much for one of those birds? I'll take a turkey, laugh out loud. I'm not selling the turkeys. Them geese, though, I've been trying to get rid of them jokers. Nobody want to pay for them. But they're going to end up on the Thanksgiving table of me and some of my friends. Instead of having turkey, we're going to have geese. Because they won't shut up. See? You're talking to me. Talk dirty to me. Ah, right. Now they're going to be quiet. Crooked Peach. I had said that skinny shot makes people look like deflated old balloons. They sagging and in their face. Yeah, I have some friends, and one of them said, "Well, those people are not getting enough protein in their diet, and you have to force yourself to eat a whole bunch of protein." I said, "Okay." I said, "Tell me when you get off of it." As a matter of fact, tell me about 2-3 months after you get off that joker. Tell me how much weight you gained back. I already talked to somebody who got off of it. I already know what happened. Poor man. He said he's sick and he's fatter than he's ever been. I was like, oh my God. He was complaining. Tracy G5D. Oh, Tracy. I'm just saying Tracy. I bought some strawberries from the store and gave them to the chickens, and they won't touch them. They don't want. They know what we don't. Animals and bugs, if a bug and a bird won't eat it, you shouldn't eat it, especially in birds. Some birds are greedy. Crooked Peach, yeah, I know it's true. You know me. You've heard me running my damn. Me too. And they try to convince me to get on it. I said, no, I'll keep my extra fluff. I'll try to discipline myself. And if I can't, I know what it takes. Girl, get over here. Come here. Go that way. Get out of here. They don't like you. Because you eat birds. She eats birds. That's her career. Let's see. Hilltop Rudy, how you doing? I started taking all of the oregano pills, and that sugar craving has gone bye-bye. Now cake icing tastes like, yes, it's a metallic taste. Yep. Crooked Peach, Tracy, yes, they do. Crooked Peach, sugar is the sugar is from the depths of the dirt, the depths. David, you gotta work out and lose weight. You work out to get what you want. No disrespect, and you gotta watch what you eat. You can't keep eating like me. I started eating bread again and sugar. Started hitting that sugar again. Because I don't eat out much. I don't eat out. I eat at home. But the sugar. You gonna see me make some fig syrup and be like, oh my God, that's so good. And then I'm complaining that I need to lose weight. Anyway, we've talked enough. Grow your own stuff. Be careful with some of the bag stuff that you buy. We're trying to be natural. Do the best you can. Don't eat no lettuce, y'all. Be careful with that lettuce and that stuff you don't need to cook. I don't know if cooking your vegetables will get rid of that bacteria, but it seems like the stuff that you don't cook is what's getting people sick. Anyway, I'm gonna wait. Did you say pink syrup? No, fig. Fig syrup. It's coming out. It's still loading. I don't know when it's gonna come out. I made fig syrup. That's right, without any of the fruit. You can make fig syrup, and it's good for you, and it tastes real good. That's for the sugar people like me, the people who are sweet. Whether you want me to or not, I'm saying I'm sweet. Anyway, this is Jamaica with Jamaica Life. Go ahead if you have a aloe vera. My mom used to use this in drinks too. It's real bitter. If you have aloe vera, or if you don't have aloe vera, just get one, and it's gonna look like this when you get it. One little straggly plant. But even if it's $5 to buy the little straggly plant, they bunch, and you'll have a whole bunch of them after a while. You don't have to buy it again, as long as you don't let it get cold. This is Jamaica with Jamaica Life. I thank everybody for being with me. I thank you guys so much for being with me. You didn't gotta agree with me with some of the stuff I said. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what I do, and I don't take pills. Temporarily, if I got a headache, I'll take a pill. If I have allergies, I'll take a pill. If it's really bad, it gotta be really bad though. If I have a toothache, and I have had toothaches, I use natural stuff like the toothache plant right here. That's what I do. That's what I do. This is Jamaica with Jamaica Life. I thank everybody for being with me, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. They're saying bye too.